Transcendental idealism. Transcendental idealism. It's based on the insight, and this is very rough, based on an insight that our experience of the external world and obviously as well also our experience of internal world, so experience in general, consists of or constituted of two elements. First is we can call input. This is very, very rough. The second is output, and not precise, but that's all we can do at this point. Input and output. Output come through our senses, outer and inner senses. They provide us information about the external and internal world. Information. But this information is coming from all directions, okay, and through different senses. This information is manifold. But unorganized. It's very chaotic in a sense. So this information is coming from all sides through different senses, and there's a multiplicity of information, but it is unorganized. It requires organization. So this information is not knowledge at all. It's just raw, unorganized, chaotic information. And this information is organized at different level, and that's the input by our mind. So our mind organizes. First, this information goes through inner concepts. They are not concepts, but space and time, which are provided by our mind. And after that, they go through the categories of understanding. So those categories or concepts of mind organize this information further. And then mind, the faculty of judgment, which is the faculty of understanding, judge different parts of this information and connects them according to categories. And lastly, mind, part of mind, what he called reason, infer from this knowledge, other information. So this information through this various inputs from mind slowly change into knowledge. So our knowledge is basically a combination of the input from our mind and information from the outer world provided by our senses. And the consequences of this idea are various, and once we discuss them, we'll know in what sense Kant is a transcendental idealist. So if knowledge is roughly consists of combination of two parts, mind providing organization and senses providing information, it means that objective world is partly constructed by our mind. Because if knowledge of the objective world, so information is coming, that's coming from outside. We are not making it up. So in that sense, there is an objective world. But since that information needs organization, that organization is provided by our mind. So the constructions of what our mind provides can't be part of the objective world. So our knowledge of the external and internal world is objective in the sense that we haven't entirely made it up, but it is not the knowledge of it's not the knowledge of the world in itself or as it is. So the tree I'm seeing, obviously it's not the construction of my mind, because senses are providing me with the information of the tree, and to that extent it's objective. It's not a creation of my mind or subjectivity. But since I cannot know that tree unless that information goes through the pure intuitions of space and time, and then categories of mind, and then judgment of mind, and then principles of reasons, etc., it means that I will never be able to know the tree as it is, because in order to know that tree, I would have to subtract everything my mind is putting in as an input. But if I do that, then I don't have any knowledge, because that information which is coming through senses is basically chaotic and unorganized. It doesn't say anything to me at all in itself. So in that sense, Kant is idealist to the extent that he says our mind is partly responsible for the construction of reality which we experience and of which we have knowledge. Yeah. And he is okay, but he is not an idealist in the sense that our mind doesn't create the reality. Reality acts on our senses and we have information through it. So in that sense, objective reality or reality independent of our mind exists. But we can't know that reality as it is, because in order to know, information has to go through our mind. So in a sense,